Thank you very much. Now I'd like to welcome to the floor to conclude the affirmative case and indeed to conclude the debate, the affirmative reply speaker.
Side negative was deliberately misleading in your speeches, and I thought it was appropriate for me to remind the House of two ineluctable realities. The first ineluctable reality was the context that we set. That we're talking about countries with little political will to attract the kind of investment that we think is needed into these countries, to develop plots of land if they had no will, no technology, or no economic clout to develop on their own accord, to make some use of that in the short term for the benefit of the people at that point of time, especially when there was no foreign direct investment coming in. And the second ineluctable reality that I pointed out right from my first speaker's speech, which they deliberately toyed around with, is that we weren't talking about despotic regimes with no modicum of economic sense at all. We're not talking about North Korea. Hell, they starve their own people. These people won't subscribe to our policy. We're talking about despotic regimes that still reserve that modicum of economic sense, like Gabon, like I highlighted earlier on in my speech. We think these are the people we want to target and formalize the process to ensure the degree of protection that comes with our policy. They were deliberately misleading, and it was quite disappointing that they did that. So let's take out all their points one by one and see how we won this debate. The first was the clash of competing policies, right? Because Eleanor's entire speech revolved around the idea of the benefits of foreign direct investment. We made it extremely clear from Sadhna and Robin that it was not an idea about selling plots of land or foreign direct investment. We think they were compatible. We think this is a debate where this fails, where foreign direct investment fails, then what do you do with this? Then they tried to nuance and skirt around the issue a bit more, right? They said it will affect foreign direct investment. New matter coming from Daniel, where he finally used the magic words that they were not mutually exclusive. Again, we preempted that from the start, and we thought it was more important coming from our side, because if these people realize that the foreign direct investment is something that's going to be more compelling or more beneficial for them, then they won't sell their land. It's simple economic sense for these people. If they don't think they're going to get FDI, then they're going to sell their land. Why not give them that right? Something that came very, very late, and I thought I should respond in my reply speech. But beyond that, we also argued, Mr. Speaker, that things of example aid and multilateral efforts were all very unstable, and we weren't sure whether they were going to come in. We thought things of example, direct ownership of these lands, where you give them sovereignty, was a more direct form of helping these people, which guarantees that they get the benefits that we're talking about. Never responded by the other side. Then they went on to the second idea about long-term development. Again, our team made it very, very clear that whilst long-term development was something that we had one eye on, it was not our primary motivation, because we thought long-term development was something that can be dealt with by other factors as well, like international aid. We made it specifically clear it was about the short term and how best do we help these people. But regardless, we still give long-term development benefits that are coming from our side. Right? We gave four specifically. First, about how the idea of transfer of skills to ensure that these people who are largely farmers or tribal hunters now at least get the basic operating skills to operate the machinery. We think this was particularly important. Secondly, the building of infrastructure like roads and pipes. Third, the idea of making a middle class. And fourth, the idea of economic inspiration. They considered that places like Hong Kong provided inspiration for the rest of China and actually trickled down to some level of development because Hong Kong was so self-interested. We don't think the policy differs in any shape or form. Then we want the last idea about the abuse or the race to the bottom thing, right? Our argument was simple. It's already happening now, because when you don't formalize the system, the people who are going to come in are the unscrupulous MNCs, because to them, right, the risk-reward calculus is simple. Even though there's instability, they want to capitalize on the low labor costs and the lax labor standards, because they think it's a worthy shot for them to gain and a foothold over the more established companies. We think the bigger companies will only come in when they realize their investment is going to be protected and securitized. These are the people we want to attract, and the only way we're going to attract them is if we implement our policy and you give them the modicum of control over it. Moreover, we argued why there were natural incentives that ensured they won't abuse anyone, right? And we gave two. We gave one, the idea that we're going to build rapport with these people. They don't want to piss them off because they want to remain in these markets. And secondly, the idea that, they want to stay within multilateral frameworks, and the fact that there's no veneer anymore means they're exposed to these risks. Mr. Speaker, it is extremely clear. We're talking about the short term, how best do we deal with it? They have been fluttering around the issue throughout the debate, and we are extremely proud to propose.